right? Networking is, in essence, is to make a human connection, make a heart-to-heart connection, make a mind-to-mind connection. It's not about what you can get out of it, it's what you can offer. People buy from people that they like. People establish business relationships with people they like, right? People whose values are similar. People whose norms and their convictions and beliefs are similar. Amazingly, that's how it's done out there. So if you do find a similarity between who you're selling to or who you're trying to convince of an idea or a product or a service or an ideology, the more similar you think, the most likely they would want to do business with you. Wouldn't you agree in your experiences? Right? Whereas if you dislike somebody because they were in the exact opposite of the spectrum, in whatever political or religious point of view, you tend to not want to do business with them. At least that's done in the rest of the world. Maybe we as Americans are very practical when it comes to business, but with the rest of the world, they require a long time to get to know you, to really get to know your family, your culture, your habits. Really, the Japanese way, the Chinese way, the Asian way, the Middle Eastern way, the Southern European way, it is exactly that. Whereas in Northern Europe, in Western Europe, and in North America, us and Canada, it's more about who's practical, who's got the best price, who's more, providing better, more convenient circumstances. The rest of the world operates based on getting to know one another. That's why it's so important to take a cross-cultural communication class. If you don't know somebody else's culture and norms and values and traditions, and they can't identify with you, they can't get a sense of appreciation from you, most likely they're not going to do business with you. That's one of the biggest criticisms we have of American businesses and American salespeople when they're in the international arena and they're trying to conduct business. That they're they just want to collect as many business cards as they can in a big room. Instead of making that connection, instead of focusing on the quality, we focus so much on the quantity. So that tends to be one of the criticisms that we hear out there as consultants when we're going to companies and find that what is not, why is the wheel not turning? What are some issues? Right? So you're going to come across situations like this. I mean, you have to use your best discernment. Are you going to follow Kevin Spacey's advice, or are you going to follow your own inner guide? Or are you going to follow the company protocols or cultural norms as far as what not to do? You all will come at a crosspoint. And many of you will have, your first jobs will be in sales or sales support or introductory level of marketing. So many of you will come across situations like this. I can guarantee you that. So, any other final thoughts? As Jerry Springer would say. Final thoughts. But anybody has something brilliant to say before we call the night? Adrian? No? Khalid? Martin? How about Rebecca?
The only thing I was going to say is that I'm still not convinced that he was using religion to actually make the sale, because he had already gained that relationship. And when he went to that after-hours party, it was the other two people that pressed him to go. And when he had that second opportunity, he still didn't talk about work. I still think he had an agenda, which was religion. But even in the lobby, in my eyes, I just thought that they were still carrying on a regular conversation. I didn't see that sale being made unless there's something that I'm missing, where that look and the connection and the smile that he had him pointed there so that one of the characters could run into him and talk business.
Yeah, I go with that. I think I tend to agree more with Rebecca than Trish on that. Or at least that's where the movie is sort of taking us. Anyway, thanks for your patience, and give yourself a round of applause.